Serafina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book, and
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it. Hello and good morning from Camp Farley. How
Good morning,
exciting is
Jill.
this?
This is really cool.
We are joined by Jill Talladay. We are here with Care for the Cape and Islands, and it's a big day at Camp Farley.
It is a big day. It's our annual Care for the Cape and Islands Day, and we're excited to have you here and to be here and all the work we're going to be doing today.
You know, I've lived in Mashpee for 25 years, and I've never been out here. How magical is this place?
See, this is what one of the great things about our Care Day is we bring people to places that are in our own backyard, and we often don't see them. So
Right.
we get to experience them.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot that it was nestled. You see the little sign when you drive by it on 130, but when you actually come out here and take it all in, what an amazing place, and what a great place for our kids to come.
Look at that view out there.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
I know it's
I
too
can-
bad I can't see it.
Yeah. No, I can imagine watching the storm from last night roll in
Ooh,
over the water and
I
everything. It
know,
must have been
with
unbelievable.
The rain and thunder,
Yeah.
lightning.
I'm a big storm guy, so I would have been excited about that.
we are so proud for the Mashpee Farmers Market, working with the Mashpee Chamber and also CARE to make some more sustainable decisions in our choices. And we're so thrilled that you're able to assist us and taking care
Well, we're
of our
excited too.
environment.
And a little bit later, I'm going to have you talk to Adam because Adam's overseeing the program that we're doing with a NOAA grant, so he can talk a little bit more about that with you.
I love it because we're seeing changes from Provincetown to Falmouth, which is really nice, the impact that your organization has. And today we're going to be working with some Americorps volunteers, and we're going to be working with a lot of members of your board and some of the grant recipients. Maybe talk a little bit about the grants that you've been funding here on the Cape.
Yeah, so we've been doing, this year, it'll be over about 65 grants throughout Cape Cod and the islands. We fund things that we have a criteria, educational, they're solution-based, like water bottle refill stations, things that help to tell the story of our history and culture on the Cape. So we've got a wide variety, and we've invited the recipients to come, and they're going to talk about what it is specifically.
I know you installed or helped install the one over at the Cape Cod Children's Museum. They're working a lot with Hui. They're working a lot with World Ocean Day. They've got a big thing going on. Lisa Bates is really awesome and bringing some really new sustainable things, because that's where you're going to start growing people that care a little bit more.
Absolutely.
You got to start them when they're little.
The kids, exactly. And then the great thing too is they educate their parents.
Yeah. Oh, it's so true.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, my daughter's a graduating senior this year at Mashpee, and she's taught me a thing or two this year, I'll tell you. But she's my little gardener. She's out here. She's out, taking care of things and making sure that we're recycling and composting and doing those amazing things that we should all be doing with a little just added extra help. I think that today is really kind of one of those things where you're highlighting the things you're doing, but also get a little sweat equity in here.
Exactly. Yeah, it feels good. And I mean, it's always amazing. You get a small group of people together and they spend a couple of hours, and what they can accomplish in just a couple of hours is just unbelievable.
Now, CARE is an acronym.
It is.
What does it stand
It
for?
stands for Creating a Responsible Environment. So it's all about engaging people and taking responsibility for the special place and how it is.
Yeah, and the Cape is really a special place, and I'm not going to get started on the conversations we've already had, but you can tell everyone really does care, even if it's an acronym, very much about our surroundings, because once it's gone, it's gone. So we really need to do all we can to protect the resources that we have here.
Yeah.
As someone who's on the Community Impact Council of United Way of Cape and the Island, I noticed we're sponsored today. What was the role that United Way has played?
Well, they're a financial sponsor. They have a micro grant program, and so we applied, and they generously gave us a donation that is really helping to fund a lot of things. you don't think that you think of volunteer and so it's all free, but it's not, you know. And we gave everyone t-shirts, we have lunch, we have snacks, we have tools that we need to use. So all the funding that they provided is helping to support all of the things that we need to get the job done today.
That's great.
Yeah, we're beautifying Camp Farley today. So whether it's painting or small little projects, anything we can do to make this up functioning and running for our kids, it's really where we got to start things, right?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, and like you said, I mean, this is like a hidden gem. I mean, it's been here for, I forget how many years, but I was amazed. And they have rock climbing wall, and they've got rope courses, and they've got all kinds of activities that they do on the pond every year, and it's just an amazing hidden gem.
I love it. Well, go greet your volunteers that are arriving and send some people our way so that we can have a conversation about all the amazing hands on deck that are here for care for the Cape and Islands Day at Camp Farley. Thanks, Jill.
Thank you.
It's Hank, it's Stephanie. We're here at Camp Farley. Like we said, what's going on, everybody? We are more than halfway through the work week. We've got an incredible evening of activities going on. How about that weather last night? I thought I was going to live. I was driving home and I'm like,
As a former utility guy, I love this kind of weather. I mean, it was never good.
Of course you would.
It was never good when we got this kind of weather, but there's just something about thunderstorms and the rumble of thunder and lightning and all of that I just go, wow. And everyone else thinks I'm crazy. We were in Plymouth last night.
Yeah.
And we drove home through the storm. And then we got home, and we were home for like 2 seconds, and it followed us right down to Mashpee. It was cool.
Terrifying. We've got a sponsor of Care for the Cape and Islands Day. I'm very excited to talk to you. Who is this? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Kelly Grew, and I am one of the partners at Begin Financial Planning.
Oh, amazing. I have wanted to talk to you guys a lot. You seemingly have been coming up in my vortex.
We've heard that quite often, actually, lately. Yeah.
That's awesome. So maybe you can talk about your mission at Beacon. I mean, yes, you're a financial group, but what exactly it is that you do.
Yeah. So we are a women-owned and operated business.
Amazing.
So all women on the team. We're located, we actually just recently moved. So we are now between Main Street and North Street in Hyannis, right next to Fitness 500. And our mission is to truly make people feel empowered about making financial decisions. You know, there's so much that everyone has a money story, right? And so
it's usually me crying. I did E for All. The money day, it literally made me cry. I was like, I don't know what to do.
Everyone grows up, and like how they were raised, it impacts how they think and how they act when it comes to money. And so we just want to be an objective sounding board and a partner in people's financial journeys and to help them with those decision-making skills.
I love that, and especially empowering women for that. I feel like there's a weird connection with women in money, and it.
Yeah, and a lot of the team are women who grew up on the Cape, and so we also really want to, you know, show young individuals that they can live on the Cape, and we know it's very expensive to live here, but you can also have a career here, and there are career paths that you can follow. So
awesome. Well, thank you for your sponsorship of this event.
We love Care, we love Jill, and we've been a part of this event for many years at this point, and we look forward to it every single year.
Well, roll up your sleeves. They look forward to you painting now. Thank you.
So much.
That's awesome. This is how many people are here on deck and helping out. And it's nice to start seeing some faces. You know, sometimes when you go to events like this, you see banners.
Right, and you don't see people.
I don't know who these people are or what they do. So it's super nice. Who is this over here? I'm going to wait a minute before. I'd like to let her finish her breakfast before we bring on a superstar.
There we go.
Get over here. We've got Wendy Northcross. Hi, and thank you so much for being here today.
Isn't it a beautiful day?
Honestly, I didn't know what we were going to get today.
Inside work.
Yeah, right?
You know, we're not going to let us go walk free.
Right. For sure.
Volunteers doing great work. Yeah.
Yep.
How are you guys?
We're good.
So good.
Nice to see you.
I know. It's really good to be seen. And also, what are you into now?
Well, I'm failing at retirement.
I see this.
So I'm a co-founder of the JFK Highness Museum. 32nd year that we're going into. So when word of my retirement was leaking out, the board was trying to.
We can't have that.
Board was trying to reopen the museum, and because COVID closures and all of that, and, our previous director at the museum had retired right before COVID.
Mhm.
So anyway, I said, all right, you can wait till July of 2021. I'll help. So here I am still. Museum's open and running, and we're doing some cool things.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things got a nice little grant from Cares for the Cape now, and so that's why I'm here today.
Very cool. Yeah, for sure.
There's an article in the Cape Cod Times this year that the mortgage that John F. Kennedy signed when he bought his house down here for $57,000.
Yeah.
It's up for auction.
The paperwork.
The deed.
Because it has his signature on it.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It is amazing what people have, and actually try to bring us at the museum. This is the bed that Jack and Bobby slept in when they were kids. I'm like, okay.
What are you gonna roll it into the back room?
And Rose redecorated, and we've had it in the family all these years. And will you buy it for $10,000? And it's like, well, no.
But
Thank you for sharing.
But it's like, so it's amazing that cachet. Of course, autographs go for money for a lot of money.
Right.
So you can verify.
Right. Is some of that stuff like the vet, for example, that people bring you? Is it really legit, or is it people? They heard a story, and here's a
there's
story,
a
and
lot
here's a
of-
story, and
It's called provenance. You try to track the chain of custody, if you will. And say, okay, how did this really work? And I think the beds may have been. I mean, they were when they had the first few years living here on Cape Cod. That Joe and Rose Kennedy rented their big house for 2 years, and then Rose Kennedy said, "Yeah, this will do as a summer house." So Joe
Can you
bought it.
imagine?
He immediately enlarged it. They eventually had 9 kids, right?
right.
So then he made sure there were 9 bathrooms. There was a whole full movie studio in the basement.
And
Wow.
how many years ago was this?
This was in 1928.
9 bathrooms in 1928.
And a movie studio in the basement because
We're talking almost 100 years ago.
almost 100 years ago. So the family's been around for 100 years. So there have been renovations to the house. So it's very likely that at some point there was furniture changes, but it's fun stories.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
I bet.
Fun stories. But really why, the project that we're working on now, of course we have great exhibits in the museum. We're reimagining some of the space in the museum, but about 10 or 12 years ago, the town of Barnstable created a free self-guided walking tour in downtown Hyannis. It will take you by key sites that were related to President Kennedy,
Mhm.
most notably the church that Rose attended every day, or the site where he gave his very first speech as president-elect, was right in downtown Hyannis. So there's a lot of history there. So the town of Barnstable created what they call the Kennedy Legacy Trail.
Yep.
They've since given it to us, and we're in the process of improving it, adding new signage, updating the stories. You can take it for free, and then this summer we'll start offering narrated versions.
Oh,
of the trails. We'll give
very
a little more
nice.
back history, a little more Kennedy stories, Hyannis history too.
Great.
Let me know if you need a volunteer voice. I'm happy to jump in. Always thinking, Hank.
Always thinking, always thinking.
Yeah,
That's amazing. And we have so many people that visit us for that history.
they do.
Mhm.
I mean, the reason the museum got started, to be bluntly honest, is people thought they could tour the Kennedy compound.
Right.
And we
She's
had
gonna
to
roll
say,
up. Hi.
So no, I'm sorry, it's not open for tours, and they didn't know why. And it's because the family still lives there.
And they
Mhm.
still do.
They still do. And what were 3 houses then is now about 10 houses in the general neighborhood with Kennedy, Shriver, Smiths, people owning
Right.
houses.
Right.
And you still can't tour it.
No.
So we
Yeah,
come to
right.
the museum, and we'll help you understand that, and you'll learn some interesting things.
Excellent. Thank you, Wendy Northcross. I will let you go finish your breakfast and get ready to roll up your sleeves.
Yeah, those little muffin things are cool.
Oh,
Thank you.
Do some painting. She's so amazing, and she can't stay retired. Oh, we're killing people.
Oh.
We're killing people. Are you okay?
It's a long cord there.
Okay, I was.
There we go.
We almost murdered Wendy.
Oh,
I almost crashed the radio.
Oh my God. I can't say it. Oh my gosh, seriously. Well, maybe the microphone will work a bit better. Sorry, Mark. It's nothing I can do. It's up as hot as it's gonna get.
Maybe I'll give them mine and I'll take this one.
Yeah, right. Actually, I could work on maybe some processing here as we are working on that. So what's going on with you, my friend?
Oh, I don't know. Interested in that article that I saw in the paper that I was talking to
The
Wendy
JFK one?
about the JFK one. And I think it's interesting how she was talking about how people show up with things that they think they have.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Like, I just found this fence on the side of the road, but somebody touched it. How do you feel about it?
Right. Or
Gonna give me
you know,
money?
Like Antique Roadshow, this has been sitting in the attic and my grandmother's grandmother said that this was, and they bring it to Antique Roadshow and they go, no, not really.
I love watching that just to watch people's hopes dashed for that ugly painting that they've kept in their home for 300 years. And they're like, it's fake. And I'm like, yes.
And then every now and then there's someone who thinks they really don't have anything and they tell them it's worth $500,000.
Yeah, right.
So there's really, no way of knowing when you start going through grandma's stuff and grandpa's stuff and things that the family has held on to for eons and eons, because let's face it, you can't throw it out.
Yep.
That it's actually maybe worth something.
You just never know. We're here at Camp Farley today. Yeah, it's Lemonadio on the road. And that's why we have some road issues, like trying to kill Wendy Northcross and working on our microphone situation. Either way, we have received a grant for sustainable cups, and that we wanted to be part of this anyway. So it's really nice to get in here and do the work. I know that Adam is here wandering around. We've got a lot of other people that are in the mix that are putting this day together to assist putting Camp Farley back in order. My J1s arrived yesterday.
And how are they?
They're cold.
They're cold. Well, imagine they are, actually.
They're from Jamaica, so they're not ready for this. We've got another grant recipient that is coming up over here.
All right. Tell you what I'm going to do. Based on what happened to Wendy,
that's probably a good idea, Hank.
I'm going to use this one.
Okay.
Because Wendy went flying because she got the
Oh,
trip Colorado, and this way you can't.
okay.
So Hillary, talk to us. Tell us about your organization.
I am a board member of the Friends of Monomoy, based in Chatham.
Okay.
And I am representing Jan Crocker, who is a videographer and has been based at the Monomoy National Wildlife Refuge for many years. He teamed up with Tim Woods, Cape Cod Chronicle, to produce a film on the ongoing erosion crisis on the eastern shore of Cape Cod, especially around Chatham.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's got a wonderful video out that's being shown at the Orpheum Theater in Chatham this summer. It's a half-hour video with interviews of climatologists and hydrologists and local residents, and the manager, Rick Nod, the manager of the National Wildlife Refuge at Monomoy. And it's a wonderful, beautiful film that anybody interested in the erosion problem here on Cape Cod would be interested in seeing.
Is there actionable items that we can do, or is it just kind of...
Well, you can donate if you want to.
Give us your
We're
money.
always in need of funds. Sure. I do have a link, if I can give the link.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh, you're a good fundraiser.
Okay, let's see. The link is, ready?
Yep.
https://TINYURL. That's tinyurl.com
Yep.
/YPH 4, the digit 4, FKJ5, the digit 5.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
I dropped it in the chat so that you can follow along. And if you would like to donate or assist in the erosion situation that they've got going on in Monomoy, we would really appreciate it. So what project exactly are you funding with your sustainable grant? Is it the film?
The film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And so many hands. There are so many people that are involved.
Oh, yes. Yeah. There are, the Friends of Monomoy have donated money to it. The Chatham Harwich Center for Arts have donated, and many private donations, individuals.
Incredible.
Are there
Keep up the good work.
Are there, am I on, am I off?
You're on.
Are there opportunities to see the film other than just that one spot?
Yes, you can go to the Orpheum Theater. They'll be showing it free during the spring and summer.
Okay, but that's the only place where you can see it.
Yes.
Okay.
From online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it is available online?
Yeah, that URL that I just.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I don't know.
I'm just going to take this one because I'm loud. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Don't trip over microphones.
Okay.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
I knew that this should have been the way it was at the beginning. So now we've got it squared away, I think.
Okay.
With our...
Don't we have a nightstand for that? Do we have a nightstand for that?
No, we're out of microphone stands.
Oh, all
Remember,
right.
he came in with the extra microphones and brought no stands.
Oh, okay, I remember. That was Chris, by the way, who brought in the
Yeah, poor
microphone.
Chris,
Poor Chris. Really?
who's driving our J1s to Walmart today. They already have to go to work.
Okay, so you were saying they were cold. They came yesterday and they were cold.
Freezing. Poor things are from Jamaica. Although last summer they worked for Yellowstone National Park and they lived in Wyoming.
And it's cold there.
They said it snowed. They didn't know what to do. They said they were outside with their umbrellas while it was snowing and the sun was shining during the summer. So they said that the weather was wild. And I was like, well, you know, it's going to be cold until it's not here. That's how the Cape
That's how it
operates.
goes. Right. And they've started work already?
They're today.
And they came yesterday?
They got here yesterday. They've been traveling for 2 days. They flew into Miami. They were there for 7 hours of a layover. Then they flew up to like Connecticut.
Oh,
And then they had to take the bus and then an Uber. But they've been making friends on their way. And
oh my goodness.
they've got an aunt in Connecticut.
I do.
So I was like, all right, well, we'll get you together. I love this.
Right.
My kids love Camp Farley. Good morning, John from the West Coast. People are slowly rolling in right here. And what we're doing is working. It's Care for the Cape and Islands Day here at Camp Farley. And that we're beautifying the surroundings. We're cleaning up
Although they're pretty beautiful as is.
in its natural status.
Yes.
And we're going to have Adam come on in just a little bit in the take care portion of this. He's been heading up all of the sustainable natures and the grants and everything that we're doing here at Camp Farley, which is, I needed a little fresh air today. I got to tell you, it's nice to take a field
Yes.
trip and be out of the basement.
Sure is. You know, and you're right, just like you, I've driven by the sign that says Camp Farley for almost as long as you have.
Right? Have you been in here?
No.
Right.
And oh, gee, what's that? And then on we go.
So beautiful down here. And I wish I'd sent my kids to camp here.
Yeah. Well, but they had fun, whatever they did.
Being at the pond. It's called Camp Pond. Get across the street,
There you
kids.
go. That's all you need, right? Right? You could rent your house for oodles of money.
Well, that we were having this conversation with the G1s as they were saying how they had bison blocking their front doors, and I said we only have sharks here, and their eyes got big, and I'm like, no, we really do have sharks here.
But not in the body of water.
Correct. But you know, telling somebody that the movie Jaws, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, that was here. That was in the vineyard. They're like, wait, what?
But
So I had them download the Sharktivity app.
oh, geez.
I said, if you're going to bop around and take it all in,
Right.
people forget how big the Cape is when you're visiting. And they were shocked as to how far away things were that they thought they'd just be able to go visit.
Yes. Oh yeah. Everything's a long way.
Yeah.
A long way. I followed the county pages and everything for Clearwater. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
There was someone on today asking a question. Can I just use a golf cart to drive around? Clearly, they had no concept of how big
The area actually is.
everything was. They were
Yeah.
in one part outside of the beach proper. Can I just get a golf cart? It's a 9-mile drive.
You could.
You could. I mean, it's like saying, can I take a golf cart from Mashpee to Hyannis?
The battery ran out, but
Yeah, you ain't going to get there.
gonna bring an extra battery, sure.
Somebody's going to tow you. Like, wow. No idea. And you're right. The thing about the Cape is people have no idea. They think Provincetown is next to Hyannis.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Well, look at all the familiar faces walking in. Americorps is also here, and they are organizing this cleanup, and everybody's getting fueled, caffeinated. pastries in tow. Today is National Homefront Heroes Day. I want to thank all of the people protecting us on our home
Yes.
front.
Yes.
We thank you and all of your time and everything that you are doing for us. Today is also National Lost Sock Day.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think you'll have a celebration at my house.
I found all of them last night.
You did?
I did. As I was moving things around my garage, I found a whole container of one socks. All of the one socks I had
Really?
been looking for a solid 6 months, but I didn't give up the fight. I had a whole nother basket upstairs.
Well, all the-
So now I
all
have
the
two
ones there.
baskets that just need to be matched.
Oh, that'll be a fun activity.
And all of my free time, Hank, maybe I'll do
Right.
it while I'm doing the show.
Right. But just get everybody together, the whole family, and we're gonna have family game time.
Guys,
now.
it's sock day.
Let's play match the socks.
Get it done.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I was hurling everything around my garage yesterday because I'm like, I cannot let these two strangers come into my home and tell them that that's the laundry room when you can barely find where the laundry things are.
Oh. I have a question.
Yes.
Is the tub
The tub's back.
back?
Bathroom's in service again.
Okay. Okay, because I wasn't sure Tuesday. I couldn't tell, and I forgot to ask. And
That went back in 1 hour before their arrival. I'm still
was done.
thawing out the freezer that was in there because there was a giant iceberg that was completely blocking the usage of said freezer. This should thaw out by 19 whatever. I don't even know what time, but it's still not done.
And just remember when it thaws, get rid of it. Unlike the hot dogs that were left in the cooler, last summer before, and they thawed, and you couldn't figure out what was going on.
Can we not talk about last summer?
I'm sorry.
That was a smell that I was scarred for life of. I almost forgot about it until you brought it up. Thanks, Hank.
I'm sorry.
Do you remember the worst moment of your life and the worst smell you've ever smelled? Remember that? Why do we do that to each other?
I don't know.
Good morning, Rebecca. My daughter was a counselor at Camp Farley when
cool.
it was 4-H.
Mhm.
Diana, Rebecca, M, thank you so much for joining us this morning on the show. Mark, thank you. I hope it's a little bit better. We'll see. We're working on it. It's work in progress here.
Mhm.
I have so many activities that are happening the rest of this week. It's
Yes.
incredible, but
So-
it's good.
Fill us in, please.
Well, tomorrow we are headed over to Everly. We've got our music bingo with our older folks, which I really enjoy. That'll be
Okay.
5 to 7.
And with the guys who like to sing.
The guys who love to sing, who get a lot of tail.
I did
Apparently.
it my way.
The crooners, I love them. Saturday, we are hanging out over at Quench. I'm doing a live boot camp in the morning. Well, it's not boot camp. It's just a live workout with a live DJ.
Okay, and you're the live DJ.
I'm the live DJ. It's like Mom's Day surprise.
Okay.
Heart thumping music. So plan your workouts accordingly. And then Sunday, we're over at Knockabout. Thank you very much to our friends over at Attican Acres. I have marigolds for moms to plant. Perfect little bug keeper awares
Very
for
cool.
your garden. And so we're just doing a free little planting event. If you've not signed up, get signed up because we're capping it at 25. And I think we have 21 moms signed up. So it's going to be a pretty busy day over there. What are your plans for Mom's Day? What are you doing? Are they secrets?
No, they're not. They're not. What we usually do is my mother-in-law usually comes down, but she's not coming down
Yeah.
because my nephew's twin girls are being christened
On
So-
Mother's Day?
on Mother's Day.
Why do people do this?
Hey, it could have been First Communion too.
Yeah.
There were days when there's First Communions and christening, and I don't know. Maybe it's because the priests are male, and somehow they think, oh, Mother's Day.
Doesn't apply to us.
Mother's Day would be a cool day to just like pile everything on because they're mothers and they're going to care, whatever. No, but what we usually do is we usually just get in the car, and this is what Mari likes to do. We just drive down 6A and we stop at some stores, we pull off and wander around on a couple of beaches, and we find some place to eat.
No, that's nice.
So yeah, it's just really lucky because we're
I
going
think they'll
up.
feed me eventually. I don't really know what their plans are for me.
They'll feed you. Because the night before we're celebrating Megan's birthday.
So many May birthdays. If you've not joined our birthday club, feel free to do so. Stephanie in the Morning on Facebook. And follow us and throw your hat in the ring. We'll give that away at the last of the month. We do it every single month. And shout out to Brenda's Cakes for All Occasions, who makes either a small cake or a 6-pack of cupcakes to celebrate you, because we don't celebrate ourselves enough.
Right. And Megan wants the Mariana treatment.
What is the Mariana
Well,
treatment?
we offered to take Megan, hey, why don't we all go to the Old Yarmouth Inn, which is pretty dang cool.
Hey, Jackie.
One of our favorite places. And she said, no, I want the Mariana treatment. I want to go to Villaggio.
Oh, she fancy.
Real fancy schmancy. So we're all going to go to Villaggio. Great spot.
That'll be nice. I'm making mushrooms. Falmouth Farm.
What? Whoa, you what?
Farming Falmouth is putting on a mushroom workshop. So Lily and I are going to go inoculate logs. This is my new life, Hank. I'm inoculating logs for Mother's Day. That's why I said eventually I'll get fed.
Wow. And you're not smoking the mushrooms. You're preparing them or
that's
whatever
not how
you're
you
doing.
do mushrooms anyway, Hank.
Oh, that's what I heard. Oh, right, that's not how you do. I'm sorry. See, I did too many. I've never.
I would love to further this conversation.
Well, we don't want to go there.
This is Eliminadio after hours conversation.
Stories I could tell, but I don't remember.
There was a good time happening there somewhere.
Right.
I know that they're giving a conversation right now as to what the volunteers need to get done today, but I definitely want to talk to Adam before we close out. And
Okay.
Adam, do you have a minute?
Adam, yo,
He's like, I'll come over.
pull up a chair, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you very much for putting all this. Yeah, I know. Camera there. Get
I wanna
close
keep
to
my
that
eyes on you
microphone.
two, you troublemakers.
100%. So talk to us about this event today and your involvement with CARE.
Sure. My name's Adam. I'm the deputy director with CARE, and I started last July when we received funding from federal funding for a grant to reduce single-use plastic, primarily in the hospitality and tourism industry.
Mhm.
But we welcome any organization, any business, any individual who is interested in reducing single-use plastic. And that is part of our Take Care Cape Cod awareness campaign. Truly a call to action. Simple changes in behaviors that make a long-term impact, but doing it in a way that pokes fun at the mistakes that we make. Like, oh, we didn't put our recycling in the right place. You know, it's not shame on you. It's a funny little cup. You know, it's
Yeah.
hey, throw your trash here, or oh, you know, don't use single-use plastic. Okay, like a reusable water bottle, smiling and saying, hey, don't forget me.
Yep.
And that really goes in line with Care for the Cape and Islands and our really role as that good neighbor to collaborate, to communicate, and to activate individuals who are passionate about taking care of Cape Cod.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. I grew up down the road in Forestdale next to Snake Pond.
Yep.
So I understand the importance of taking care of our water.
Yeah.
Yes, yep, take one for sure.
Yeah, and I live in South Chatham now with my family, and it's important from an environmental standpoint to take care of our environment. I'm repeating myself. I haven't had enough caffeine yet. But, all right. But Care for the Islands, we steward and preserve the historical, cultural, and natural treasures of our communities. So it's not just the environment is important to save the world. It's our environment is our economy. Our environment is literally our backyard.
Yeah.
So we need to take care of it, creating responsible environment that spells care. And it's not just like a catchphrase. It's literally what we do. And we see that this morning with these volunteers and
It's awesome.
organizations.
I really love that you're so passionate because you're not just saying the words. You know, it's easy to go to organizations where people are like, these are the things that we do, and this is why we
contacts and community members and
Mhm.
hear that their intent is in line with what we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's nice not to be the people saying you should do this.
No,
It's
because
how can
everyone
we-
knows there's a problem. If you've
Yeah.
ever gone to Carnival, you see the next day. Weirdly, I got up because I had to go back to the station to do a show. And it was like 5 a.m, and you're walking the streets, and the amount of waste and trash that is spilling out onto everything is really eye-awakening
Mhm.
when you see not a soul there and all that's left is trash.
Yeah.
It's really one of those personal reminders. So they knew it was a problem,
Mhm.
and they've been trying to address it and make changes, and that's huge that they came to you know.
100%, and it's front of the house, back in the house, working with businesses and organizations, but also educating tourists, locals, consumers alike to say, this is how you take care. This is how you literally put your trash here.
Right.
Versus.
It's just a reminder.
Yeah, it's a simple reminder.
Gentle reminder, everyone.
100%. Because I know if someone shakes their finger at me,
We're shamed enough in life.
Yeah.
Right. And I always wonder when I see scenes like you just described, I look at it and I go, what are people thinking? Don't we know better by now that we're not supposed to do that?
Well, unless you're told or gently reminded,
100%.
sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily when in Rome, because we all don't have the best behaviors all the time, but when individuals come to visit our home, they bring their behaviors with them.
Correct.
So it's education, it's awareness. And
This is
really
how we do things
This
here.
is how we do things,
Mhm.
and in turn, it helps promote our blue and our green economy.
Yeah.
Because that's incredibly important.
Yeah, my family, when they come to visit us, and they're like, "Well, where are the plastic bottles?" Well, we don't do that, and they're blown away. Like they don't know what to do, and I'm like, "There's a million Yetis, there's a million recyclable cups, all in there. Help yourself."
Yeah.
And it's like they get annoyed, but by the end of their visit with us, they're using them, and I feel like we're showing them a better way.
And I
But
would
they think
say
we're crazy.
Another great example of that is with Mashpee Commons, the Mashpee Farmers Market,
Uh-huh.
and your brewery. I always mispronounce the name. So
That's okay. It's knockabout.
Knockabout Brewery. So I can do that. Knockabout.
What do you knock about?
Yeah, in working to reduce single-use plastic buying and providing reusable cups.
Yeah.
And providing enhanced infrastructure or logistics for recycling, composting, and that signage. And you all came to us for that.
Yeah.
So that's another great example of an organization being proactive. And I think when we initially talked to you, like, oh, we should do more. We should be further along. And it's like, no, you're exactly where you need to be. You have the intent. Now you're bringing on the capacity to make an impact.
Yeah,
So
it makes a difference for us as we're, setting this for wellness, not just our physical health and eating, but also our entire wellness.
Yeah.
And it's
It'll
where
be
we
fun. Get a
live.
souvenir cup. Come down
Right?
to the Mashpee Market, May
Right.
till October.
He's hired.
Awesome.
Adam, thank you. Get
Thank
to
you very
work.
much.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, have a good one.
He's been running around since we even got here today, making sure that this is all taken care of here at Camp Farley. We're in the woods. So if you've got connectivity issues, we apologize, but we're
Right.
back.
Yep, we kind of disappeared for a little bit.
I know.
We're good.
Hank just looked at me. He's like, "Oh no, I'm just gonna look away."
What happened? Yeah, I don't know how it works. I'm only eye candy.
Oh, I love it. You're feeling the impact that CARE has for all of these nonprofits, all of these ideas. It's not necessarily a nonprofit. They're just organizations that have an idea. We don't have the money for it, but we want people to understand that this is how we do things.
Right.
And it's really nice to see here at Camp Farley today.
And speaking of reusable cups and using them, I saw a piece on the news, I think last week, I forget what network or what station, reminding people that you do have to wash them every now and then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Even if it's a reusable water bottle or something, you can't say to yourself, "That's okay, I'll dump it out and just add more water." I'll just add more water. There's stuff and things growing in there, and you do have to throw it in the dishwasher or.
You have to remind people to clean.
Yes, because apparently it was enough to make the news that people aren't cleaning them because they think they don't have to because they're reusable.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We've got a full slate of events going on tonight. If you're looking for something to do, we've got you covered. We've got Bree. She's going to be over at Cape Cod Beer. They're gearing up for Hench Fest. And if you want more information on that, we will be having some tickets to give away for you sometime next week.
Hench Fest.
Hench Fest.
Which
It is
is
over at Cape Cod Beer. I'll explain it to you when we roll out our big debut.
Oh, okay.
Mark Hennessy passed away. We have it's a
Oh.
community concert.
Oh, okay.
It's huge this year, and I can't believe how much it's grown. So we're really looking forward to a big, grand old celebration of life. Also, we are going to be over at 10 Pin. Cliff will be covering you for a little bit of trivia tonight, 6 until 8. Bring the teams, assemble the teams. We've got some great prizes that are coming up for our trivia, and we are teaming up with the Steamship Authority. So looking forward to that. And
Steamship Authority, which, by the way,
yes,
when we went over on Saturday from Falmouth over to Martha's Vineyard, and Mariana wanted a bottle of water,
yeah.
they didn't have bottles.
Well, good.
They had the cans.
That's why, yeah, exactly. Use your cans or use your recyclable cups. They even told us today, bring your recyclable cups. So I brought this one for hot and I brought another one for cold. I don't know how long I was going to be here today. I planned. I packed my car for the apocalypse, except I forgot microphones apparently.
Things happen.
Exactly. So whatever it is that you've got going on today, maybe you want to pick up a project or two and get outside and enjoy it, because you never know when we're going to have the sun again.
Right.
After last night, we got to get to work. Americorps is here leading the charge at Camp Farley, and hopefully we'll see you taking care for the Cape and Islands Day here at Camp Farley. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Hank.
And we will talk to you soon here at Lemonadio. Hank at lemonadio.com if you want to put yourself out there.
Yes.
Show up for some programming.
Yeah, if you have an idea for a program you'd like to see us run on Lemonadio, Hank at lemonadio.com, and we can talk about it. And we'd like to get more community folks involved, and you can join us too.
Also, Emily is conducting interviews today and tomorrow for our new wannabe hosts. If you want to host trivia or music bingo, we're also looking in the New Bedford area. We've got a couple of opportunities in that area. So if you're watching us and you know somebody that's just got full of personality, can follow a program and wants to make some extra side hustle money, definitely get a hold of Emily at lemonadio.com. And Emily, drop your information in the chat if you're still on the show right now, that people can get a hold of you and fill out.
New Bedford?
Yeah.
The empire is growing.
You can't avoid us. We're coming for you. Like mold, Hank. We're like the mold you were talking about in your cups.
Today, New Bedford, tomorrow, the world.
We are lemonadio.com, and we are looking forward to hanging out with you sometime soon. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the show tomorrow. I am going to be working with the Mashpee Chamber. We've got a legislative forum tomorrow. So I'll try and get my show in, or maybe we'll do a quick little live as we connect with our constituents.
There you go.
Sue Moran, Zaros, Dave Vieira. I think there's one more in the mix.
Cool. And today is Thursday. It's date night. So starting at noon on lunch break, I'm going to tell you about the top movies of the week.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, folks.
We got to go, Kerg. You're painting. I can't do any heavy lifting today.